it wasn't just the fact that I was sleep deprived. It was the fact that it was so hot.
I think that affected Shohei.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, right? Because we're the same caliber of athlete, obviously.
Hello and welcome back to Dodgers Debate. I'm Jack Harris, the LA Times Dodger beat writer, along with my sleep-deprived columnists, Bill Plaschke and Dylan Hernandez. So sleep-deprived was Dylan today, Plash, that I'm walking through the press box, down a hallway, I turn a corner, and there's Dylan sitting on the floor, sleeping.
Unbelievable.
Dude, it wasn't just the fact that I was sleep deprived. It was the fact that it was so hot. I started getting like.
It was, and also I saw a cup. You had a cup next to you like you were homeless.
I was gonna drop some
I should say homeless.
Well, I had to drink. I was trying to get hydrated. That could have been dangerous medical episode, and here you are making fun of me.
88 degrees is gonna be a dangerous medical episode.
It was really. I sweat like crazy, man.
Yeah. It was really hot, and I think that affected Shohei.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, right? Because we're the same caliber of athlete, obviously.
The heat affected Shohei?
Oh, for sure it did.
Oh, get out of here.
He was sweating like crazy.
He was crazy out there, Jack.
I think that might have to do more with the fact
it's like a genetic thing. I think, right? You've been in Japan. Everybody walks around with like that sweat towel. That's what I use those rally towels that they give us for.
Not that I think many people really want to relive this game tonight. The Dodgers lose 6-2 in Game 4 of the World Series. The series is now tied 2 games apiece. It was a game in which it felt like both teams had just played 18 innings the night before. It felt like most of the people in this ballpark had watched 18 innings the night before. The place was pretty dead. The Dodgers offense was really dead. And the Blue Jays looked like a team that was fighting to save their season, which they did, and now kind of shift the pressure back on the Dodgers in a lot of ways, because the series is going back to Toronto. Yes, the Dodgers have Blake Snell and Yoshinobu Yamamoto lined up the next 2 nights, but with the way their offense is going, good starting pitching might not be enough. And now you have the specter of a potential Game 7 looming when Tyler Glasnow might have to be on the mound in Rogers Center. Like, that's what this game did. It took the margin for error that they had built last night by surviving that game and erased it all in a way that really makes this series, to me, feel like kind of like a toss-up.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the Dodgers are going backwards. It feels like they're reeling. It feels like the bullpen is a mess.
But that's not new, right? I think to me, what this does, when you talk about margin of error, the margin of error that they had was maybe the starter could go 6 instead of 7 or 8. They need Blake Snell to go 7 or 8 tomorrow, right? That is non-negotiable, and that is how they're going to win these games, right? And then I do think you get to game.
Time is a flat circle. We're back to the pitchers have to pitch all of the starters.
They do.
Have to pitch all
and then you get to Game 7, right? If you get 5 from Glasnow, you can get, right, because Ohtani said he'll be available to pitch in relief.
You do not want a Game 7.
Ohtani, you go Yamamoto.
You do not want a Game 7.
On 0 day, right, on 1 day's rest.
You do not want a Game 7. Nothing about this plan sounds very good to me.
What, you like Blake Trinan?
No more Blake Trinan. No more.
Please, Glasnow's not going to go, 9.
That's why I'm saying this whole Game 7 thing sounds bad. And to me,
I think at least you do, that's doable. If you have Ohtani, you have Yamamoto, who evidently can pitch forever, and then you have Roki.
Part of that sounds good, which is why, the offense has to get going. I think that's kind of the bottom line here, because even if you piece together whatever.
I think whether or not the offense goes,
even Shohei said the offense has to get going.
They need to. They need like 8 from Snell tomorrow, right? Because you don't want to touch you don't want to touch that bullpen.
That would be helpful.
It's a bad bullpen to begin with, and now they're bad and tired.
Yeah, but the Blue Jays bullpen is also bad and tired, and the fact that the Dodgers have not been able to capitalize on that,
they haven't been that team all year. I mean, except for maybe like last month of the season.
They were the second highest scoring offense in baseball this year. I mean, the offense, they're batting .214 this series. They still haven't scored more than 5 runs in 9 innings.
For 3 runs in the last 18 innings or something.
Yeah, I think it's 3 in the last. Well, I think it's.
It's terrible.
I can't even do math. My brain's too fried. But the problem is if you're not taking advantage of these Blue Jays starters, which they should be doing, like Shane Bieber should not be going out there and shutting you down for 6 innings the way he did tonight. I know he pitched well and it's kind of crafty, and it's the kind of pitcher that the Dodgers have struggled with the last couple years. But, I mean, this was a night. The Blue Jays did not have George Springer. They have to rely on their bullpen in a way the Dodgers don't. And their bullpen was just as gassed as the Dodgers coming out of last
But
night.
they got 3 good innings out of Chris Bassett, and they should not. Bassett is no good. They should not have dominated him.
None of their relievers have been good in this postseason up until this series, and that feels like a problem because they 3 games left in the series. Maybe they'll get 2 good starts. I think is a fair bet. Like this Blue Jays lineup, you saw tonight. Like you make a mistake to Vladdy, he hits a 2-run homer. You open the door a little bit, like Shohei Ohtani did.
Barger grinds, Clement grinds.
Yeah, they put the ball in play, they put you under pressure, and they can build big innings really quickly. Like even if the Dodgers are pitching well, expecting them to get 8 scoreless from Blake Snell and then another complete game from Yamamoto, it doesn't feel like a very sustainable plan.
And they also tonight they blew a chance to celebrate the title at home. The 63-year drought continues, and that's so disappointing.
What was interesting, right? And our Bill Shaken asked Dave Roberts about maybe switching up the lineup a little bit.
And he said yes.
He said yes. So, obviously, in front of Ohtani, Andy Pages has pretty much been like a 0 offensively. Behind Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts has pretty much been a 0 offensively. Pages like kind of stick a fork in him, right?
Pages, I would guess, it's out.
Do you move Mookie
in the order?
Yeah.
Because
if they
where is a good question.
Well, I don't know, but get somebody behind Ohtani that can actually make them pay,
Freddie?
perhaps. If
You don't do Freddie.
You don't do
you're
Freddie,
stacking
left.
lefties.
Right.
Maybe Will Smith. But then
Teo.
No. To me, no. And Teo, you can, he might hit some homers, but he's also still prone to striking out.
They're in trouble.
Yeah.
I got a feeling they're in big
I
trouble.
don't think
They're in trouble if the offense plays like this. That's
I still
kinda
think Snell's going to go out and actually have a good game. Everybody, right? Yamamoto. Everybody's had a sneaker. No, I think he's going to have a great game. I think he's going to be great.
So you're calling it right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I say he's going to give 7, like in a third.
We may have seen Snell at his best.
Yeah,
He's
so
never
this
pitched
won't be
in-
as good. 7 and a third only.
as opposed to 8 scoreless.
And then they'll obviously kind of have to figure out how they right, because you do have Sasaki in the 9th, who I think kind of has now. I didn't think he looked all that great.
He has not been
game 3,
as dominant
but,
really the last
but,
couple outings.
But now I think he's the whole thing with the entrance. He's got like a certain aura about him now, where I think right, even like that base running error that the Blue Jays had when he was on the mound. I think part of that was a reflection of it's Roki Sasaki. He's hard to hit. I think guys will get themselves out against him, right? Even if he's not quite at his peak, I think kind of the intimidation, the reputation that he's starting to build might compensate for that mile or two loss in velocity.
I'm not worried about if they can hand a lead over to Roki Sasaki.
Yeah, right. So it's
the building to
right, correct.
So let's go back to the lineup.
So you need like one inning there.
So, I would not move Mookie. I think you got to trust. I think you got to trust that. He did have a base hit in his last at bat tonight. I think the concerning part with him is you're starting to see a lot of the same results you saw in the first half of the year. These pop-ups where it doesn't look like
he's trying to leave the yard.
Yeah, well, and it's when he gets off, it's the connection between the arms to the hands to getting like we've talked about all year. He's got to get himself in the optimal hitting position to do damage on the ball. When he's not, that's when you see these pop-ups or these missed hittable pitches over the plate. And when he's in that mode, we saw this year, it took a while for him to get out of it.
Right.
Problem is you don't have a great alternative. So I think
you don't think Will Smith's a good alternative?
But then what? You're moving Mookie Betts down in the lineup.
Yeah.
I think
he's been moved so much this year.
Yeah, I think this.
Right, but don't you think though what I do think though is that 18-inning game was one of those wins like we talked about yesterday, right? It was very much like a team win. The fact that like Yamamoto just having pitched a complete game 2 days earlier, goes out to the bullpen. I think that kind of sets a certain tone of hey, we got to do whatever we have to do now. And I don't know, man. I think Mookie gets it at this point because this isn't. Because I think the only reason you keep him there is if you think he's actually going to hit, not because we got to stick with him just because we got to stick with him.
I don't know if you're gaining a ton of upside there. And also, to be fair, it's not as if the Dodgers aren't generating chances. They had runners on base in 7 of the 9 innings tonight. Like the problem is when they're getting in these leverage spots, the execution just has not been there.
You know what's got to change tomorrow? The fans. The fans have been terrible. They had the actual cheerleaders have begged them, have gone on the
I think the
bullhorn.
cheerleaders are terrible.
They're awful. They're awful. The fact that they have to use them to say, "Let's scream, let's cheer." They're begging the fans to stay in their seat. The fans are going home tonight.
I don't think they
people
sound-
are leaving. They're
Yeah.
saying, "Stay,
Right.
stay here, please stay." It's don't think it's an embarrassment.
What I'm saying though is that I don't think that they are like the cheerleaders themselves are very convincing. Like it feels.
But you shouldn't
It feels
need,
like
you
they're
shouldn't
forced.
need you shouldn't need cheerleaders.
No, you remember like you know who was really good? Like that guy in Atlanta that hated your guts. Remember at the sterile shopping mall.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, like that guy. Like he would,
Big
he was
burly guy.
yeah, big burly guy. Like he would like scream from like down here. I don't feel these.
I mean, I don't think you should even need cheerleaders. The fans should. They're begging them to stay in their
It
seats.
is really
was terrible.
hot. It's so hot.
It was not-
It was really
okay,
hot.
wait,
It was
it's not
really
that,
hot.
it's
It was
terrible.
so hot.
The fans
Dude,
are
'cause you
terrible.
It was 85 degrees.
Jack,
Dodger fans, get with it.
Yeah, because you don't
Tomorrow's a big
go
chance.
out and hang out
Show
with
up.
the people the way I do. It was really hot.
I'm just surprised that Ken Jeong, is that his
Oh,
name,
yeah,
the actor,
he's terrible.
didn't
he
get the
was
crowd
terrible.
going.
that guy used to be a doctor, right?
Dr.
He's
Ken
so
Jeong.
scary.
He's terrible. he used to actually.
scary.
He used to. I mean, imagine
It's
that.
just awful. Just the way he yells and screams and
He used to help
cavorts
cure
about.
people, and now he just perpetuates Asian stereotypes.
And Flea,
God.
Flea's is better than that. Flea shouldn't be doing that. Leading
Yeah, but
cheers.
please, kind of. Yeah, I wouldn't have him leading the cheers either.
That's so beneath him.
I mean, for this being LA and
the
for
whole
like,
the whole fan experience was just terrible tonight. Just terrible.
it just feels like they just got a
gotta
bunch of like
improve.
B-list celebrities,
Wow.
right?
They
B or
always do.
C-list. Yeah, I know.
I'm glad a conversation. that
Rob
started
Lowe, waving a flag.
Yeah, Rob Lowe's okay. He's like a legit celebrity. I don't like Rob Lowe in particular, but he's like.
Hey, are Brad Pitt and Flea friends? They were sitting together
That
all
was
night.
so weird.
It was a little
And
interesting.
you know, Brad Pitt's older than I am. I think he's old.
He's kept me older than
Yeah.
you.
Well, he sure looks good though. I got a huge man crush on him.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm glad we could find something to debate.
Oh God, Toronto, we're going back.
You're excited. I don't know what else came out of this game. Not really. This was a terrible
Another
game.
terrible game.
Yeah.
That's what we get for complaining.
Hungover. They were
That's
hungover.
what we get for complaining about last night. Oh, it
But
was
last
so-
night it was bad though. Last night was really bad.
the game.
I mean, just the experience. It's like
But
going to
What
like
do
an.
you mean? That was an amazing
It's like
experience.
going to like an amusement
But
park.
the bottom
like,
line was that
all the waiting. It
The
doesn't
Dodgers were
justify
hungover and the Jays weren't in the story.
I know. Like I think the other thing is like to not win a game that George Springer doesn't play.
I know.
That again is
That's
just
not good.
Like the Dodgers had a chance in the series tonight. It felt like, and instead, more of a jump ball now.
Jump ball, absolutely.
You guys gonna pick the Blue Jays to win the series at this point?
I'm not going that far, but it's good.
No,
It's good. It's 1-7.
I still like the Dodgers starting pitching. I still think you're going to get, great starts potentially out of the next two guys in Snell and Yamamoto, and then I think Glass now can give you enough where you can, again, right, with whatever spare parts you have left of the rotation, you can cobble a
But
bridge over to suck.
even if the Dodgers win tomorrow night, remember the Jays went home against the Mariners and won 2 at home, win
Right.
that series. So they're used to playing from behind.
I think the Dodgers need to win the next two. I don't like their chances in a game 7.
I agree.
Blue Jays at home.
Can you imagine the Dodgers
trying
not
to- I
winning
mean-
after all we've been through all year long? The Dodgers don't win a championship.
What
What a failure! Oh my God, I don't even think.
I mean,
like
I can
that.
imagine it. You guys said they weren't going to win like 3 different times this year.
Yeah, but I never actually believed it.
It's just
The whole
good.
thing's unbelievable.
It's just good debate fodder for the show.
See you tomorrow night.
Yeah.